Prepping, doomsday planning, or just being a little ahead of the game doesn't have to put a squeeze on the bank or your savings. It can be done on the cheap. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as crucial as your next meal and as satisfying as finding a $20 bill in an old pair of jeans. Prepping on a budget. Prepping doesn't have to drain your bank account like a monthly gym membership you never use. You can be well prepared for disasters or societal collapse without selling your organs on the black market. And we're going to keep it under $100. So grab your notebook or the back of a napkin, whatever works, and let's get into 10 affordable survival items you absolutely need to have on hand when the world decides to fall apart. 1. Duct tape, your survival sidekick. Let's start with the Swiss Army knife of prepping supplies. Duct tape. This stuff is practically a survivalist's love language. Need to fix your shelter? Duct tape. Got a tear in your clothing? Duct tape. Got to patch up a wound in an emergency? Yep, duct tape again. For under $10, you get a tool that can do just about everything but cook your dinner. And let's be real, after the apocalypse, you probably won't care if your clothes are duct taped together like a cheap cosplay. As long as you're warm and your gear holds, it's a win. You can even use duct tape for more creative solutions, like making makeshift shoes or crafting a no-frills water bottle holder. Who needs Gucci when you've got duct tape? Plus, it'll also make for great barter material when civilization crumbles and paper money is just good for kindling. 2. Mylar blankets, the world's cheapest lifesaver. If you think $3 can't buy you something life-saving, allow me to introduce you to the mylar blanket, a thin, shiny sheet that looks like something an alien would wear. But this little marvel is incredibly practical. It reflects up to 90% of your body heat, which can make the difference between a cozy night and an icicle-inspired ending. For less than a cup of Starbucks coffee, you can stock up on these bad boys and stash them in your car, backpack, or bug-out bag. They're lightweight, compact, and incredibly versatile. Besides keeping you warm, they can be used to signal for help, because who's going to miss that shiny thing waving in the forest? And even to create a makeshift shelter. Plus, mylar blankets scream, I'm prepared, but also I enjoy affordable luxuries. 3. Lighters and matches. Fire is life, forget fancy fire-starting gear for a second. Sure, flint and steel are cool if you want to live your best castaway life. But let's be real. When it's dark, cold, and creepy outside, you'll wish you had something as simple and cheap as lighters and matches. They cost pennies, and you can get a whole pack for under $5. Grab a bulk pack and scatter them like breadcrumbs in your home, car, and survival bag. Trust me, you do not want to be that person rubbing sticks together, hoping for a spark while your neighbors are roasting marshmallows over a lighter you could have easily bought. Fire equals warmth, light, and the ability to cook food, so stock up and let your inner pyromaniac shine. Safely, of course. 4. Trash bags. Not just for trash anymore. You thought trash bags were just for your overflowing pizza boxes, didn't you? Wrong. In a survival situation, they're as valuable as gold. Not only can they serve as a makeshift raincoat, because a wet survivalist is a dead survivalist, but they can also be used to collect water, build an emergency shelter, or even as a sleeping bag liner to keep you dry. You can find a box of heavy-duty trash bags for about $10, and their uses are pretty much limitless. As an added bonus, they're perfect for sanitation purposes. No, it's not glamorous, but managing waste in a survival scenario is crucial. The last thing you want is to survive a hurricane only to get taken down by an infection because you didn't handle your trash. 5. Paracord, the budget rope that can save your life. What's lightweight, strong, and as cheap as a dollar store birthday card? Paracord. This nylon rope might not look like much, but it can handle up to 550 pounds of tension, which makes it one of the most versatile tools you can carry. You can use it for shelter building, creating traps, tying gear, and even as a fishing line in a pinch. Plus, in a survival situation, paracord is basically the Batman of ropes, always prepared and always there when you need it. And here's the best part, it's dirt cheap. You can get 100 feet of paracord for under $10. So skip the expensive gear and get yourself a few rolls of this magical rope. You'll thank me when you're making a hammock out of paracord while your non-prepping neighbors are wondering how to tie a proper knot. 6. LED flashlights. Don't be left in the dark. No one wants to fumble around in the dark, especially during a crisis. But guess what? You don't need to spend a fortune on fancy tactical lights. Basic LED flashlights are compact, affordable, and will get the job done. You can find multi-packs for less than $15, and they often come with long battery life and durable designs. LED lights are energy efficient, which means they'll last longer on a single set of batteries, saving you from the dreaded darkness and making you look like a genius when the power goes out. Just remember to grab some extra batteries too. There's nothing worse than having a flashlight and no juice to power it. 7. Multi-tool. Your pocket-sized Swiss Army. Think of a multi-tool as the MacGyver of survival gear. It's small, versatile, and comes with all the basic tools you'll need in an emergency. Knives, screwdrivers, pliers, and sometimes even a bottle opener, because priorities. Multi-tools are the ultimate bang for your buck. With decent models starting at just $15, this handy gadget allows you to fix, cut, pry, and open just about anything. Whether you're dealing with gear repair, building shelter, or just trying to open a can of beans, your multi-tool will be your best friend. Plus, if society collapses, having a multi-tool means you'll be the most resourceful person in the neighborhood. Just make sure no one steals it. 8. Canned food, the original apocalypse cuisine. Who needs overpriced freeze-dried meals when you can stock up on canned food? Beans, veggies, fruit, you name it, and it comes in a can. For less than $2 a can, you can build a decent stash of long-lasting food that'll keep you going when grocery store shelves are empty. Canned food might not be gourmet, but it's calorie-dense, lasts forever, and doesn't require refrigeration. Just don't forget the can opener, unless you plan on using that handy-dandy multi-tool Swiss Army knife, or cracking them open with a rock, which, let's be honest, isn't very efficient. And if you're feeling fancy, some canned goods even come with pull tabs. It's like the prepper's version of fine dining. 8.5. Seeds. Plant in your secret survival garden. Canned food is great, but what happens when the shelves are empty and your stash runs dry? That's where seeds come in. Starting a survival garden is one of the smartest and most self-sustaining prepping moves you can make. Seeds are inexpensive, long-lasting, and can produce food indefinitely if handled right. Look for non-GMO, heirloom seeds, as they're more likely to produce viable seeds for future planting. For indoor prepping, you can start with easy-to-grow plants like lettuce, herbs, and tomatoes. These can be grown in small spaces, even on a windowsill, and don't require much attention. Outdoors, aim for root vegetables like carrots and potatoes. They're hardy, calorie-dense, and grow well in various climates. You can also add beans and squash, which are great for creating a diverse crop rotation. The best part? You're growing your own food supply that doesn't scream, "I'm a prepper," making it your little secret garden of survival. 9. First aid kit, because ouch happens. A solid first aid kit can mean the difference between walking off an injury or turning a minor cut into a life-threatening infection. The good news is, you don't need to shell out a fortune for a decent kit. For under $20, you can buy a basic kit with bandages, antiseptics, and other essentials. Or, if you're feeling creative, build your own custom kit with items tailored to your specific needs. First aid is often overlooked in survival scenarios, but trust me, you'll want to have one on hand. When everything goes sideways, a well-stocked first aid kit can turn you into the medic of the group. Because when you're in the middle of nowhere, toughing it out is not a good plan. 10. Bandanas, the $2 survival tool, you heard me right. Bandanas. These little pieces of cloth are more useful than they seem. For just a couple of bucks, you can snag one and use it as a face mask, water filter, sling, tourniquet, head cover, or even for making char cloth. Their uses are almost endless. They take up almost no space in your bag, but in a pinch, they can save your life. And hey, you can even choose a bandana that matches your apocalypse aesthetic. After all, just because the world is ending doesn't mean you can't look good while surviving. Conclusion: prepping doesn't have to break the bank. And there you have it. 10 budget-friendly prepping items that could make the difference between "I've got this" and "uh-oh" when disaster strikes. From duct tape to bandanas, these affordable tools ensure that you're ready for anything, without selling your soul to afford it. Prepping isn't just for the rich folks waiting for the end-all be-all. It's for anyone who wants to take control of their own survival. So, stock up on these essentials. And when the world falls apart, you'll be the one sitting pretty, or at least sitting prepared. Stay safe, stay smart, don't stress all the little things, and Godspeed.